Hi guys, Renata from White International here today to talk to you about Vacmaster. Today we'll be taking a look at the VMVF1515HJ. It's got an industrial 2-stage 1500 watt motor and a 15 litre tank, which makes it perfect for contractors to have in the back of their van for end of job cleanup. So what I'll do is I'll open the box and we'll have a look at what's inside. Okay, so I've just opened everything up and put it on the table here so that you can see what comes in the box. You've got your 35mm crush-proof hose. You've got the dual combination floor tool here. You've got the car upholstery brush, a round brush. You've got your handle, your wheels, your adjustable air intake handle with the tubes. You've got a foam filter, your paper filter, and your caddy. Once I take this off, you'll see that the actual cartridge filter is already installed for you, so that's one thing you don't have to worry about. So you'll see that that's just there. The first thing we need to do when actually getting the product ready to use for the first time is to attach all of the handles and wheels, so we'll do that next. Okay, so what we have here is the rear wheel. So you'll find that on the back here they are slightly different. They'll only go in on a certain side, so you just need to figure out which side goes on which. We just slide that in based on the orientation here and here onto the actual back, like so. And you use the supplied screws just in the bottom here to screw them into place. So I'll go ahead and do that now. So with the casters, they're really easy to put in for the front. It's just a simple matter of pushing them into position and they self-lock. So once that's done, it's done. There's no screws or anything to worry about with those. So again, really simple, push it into place first, grab your supplied screws and actually screw those into position to make sure that the handle stays on nice and securely for when you're actually using it at home. So once we've got it like this, we're almost ready to go. It's just a simple fact of assembling the rest of the parts and we're ready. So we take our 1.8 metre industrial crush-proof hose and we screw that into the front here. So once we've got that attached, we'll put our air control handle on, like so, and our poles. Now next we'll put on the dual mode floor tool, so it's got hard and soft floor. And that's pretty much ready to go. The last thing that we will do is put on the caddy on the side here. So it's quite simple, it's just a matter of hanging that over the top and clicking it into position there. So that's done. Next we'll show you how to put a paper bag inside. Just undo these clips on the side and lift the head off, okay? Okay, so the paper bag looks like this. Simple matter of opening it out. And I'll show you how to actually slide it into position, and then that way you'll know how it sits inside the unit itself. So with the cardboard section here on top, what we need to do is fit it over the opening here and push it into position so that it's nice and firm on the end there, and the rest of the bag just wraps around the tank itself. Okay, so that's ready to go. We pop the top back on and we're ready to dry vacuum. So if we need to vacuum something that's wet, what we need to do is take out the cartridge filter and the filter bag and put on the foam filter instead. So I'll show you how to do that now. It's as simple as taking the top off, removing that. We need to take out our paper bag, which is just the reverse of what we were showing earlier, with pulling that off the end. And then we need to actually take this cartridge filter off. The great thing about this cartridge filter though, it's a PET material, which means it's washable, and it's basically the second stage of filtration. So I've just unlocked that with the icon, shows you which way to turn the actual dial to unlock it, and we can pull the cartridge off like this. You'll notice that it's got a concertina shape, which actually gives you more surface area to trap all of the fine dust particles in before they go through to the motor. And then this is the foam filter that comes in with the bag. It's as simple as actually just sliding that over the top there And what that foam filter does is actually stops any large debris that might be in with the liquid that you're vacuuming, and make sure that it doesn't go into the actual motor. Okay, so that's that. So just inside there's a little ball float, and what that does is as the liquid in the tank rises, so does that float. And so if I tip this upside down, you might be able to see the ball inside, and that actually stops any water from entering the motor itself. You'll know when that happens because it actually squeals. So that's your cue to turn the vac off, take the top off just like I've done here, and just empty out the actual tank itself, and you're ready to go again. You'll find as well is it's actually got a really large on-off switch just here. It's dust sealed, which means it's really long wearing, and it's really simple to turn on and off, just with a simple push button. So the motor in here is actually an industrial 2-stage fan motor. So what that means is that it runs a lot quieter than a standard single-stage vac, and it's a lot more efficient, which means that you actually get a lot more wear and use out of your vac itself. So, and you get a lot more power because of that efficiency, which means it's a powerful little unit in itself. So what you'll also see here is it's actually got a retractable cord, which makes it a breeze to set up and pack up. And what you'll see just here at the back is the exhaust filter. It's actually a HEPA filter, so let me show you what that looks like. We'll just pull that up to be able to take that off, the cover, and then we can take the filter out itself. So this is the last step of filtration. It's a HEPA filter. It actually filters out fine dust particles down to 0.3 microns at a rate of 99.97%. So what does that mean? In real terms, a grain of sand is 100 microns, and we can probably see with the naked eye down to about 40 microns. So for this filter to be able to trap those fine dust particles down to 0.3 of a micron and at a rate of 99.97% is pretty impressive. So it means that you're trapping everything inside the unit itself and it's not going back out into the atmosphere. So you might be thinking to yourself, what else do I need to maintain my 1515HJ? It's actually really simple. Use the appropriate filter bags, and when they're full, replace them. This particular unit, as I said, comes with that washable PET cartridge, which means that you can just wash that with water, leave it out to dry, and replace it back into the unit. If you do see signs of damage, absolutely replace it with a new one. And again, the same with the HEPA cartridge on the exhaust here. Just replace that on a regular basis. Foam filters for the wet vacuuming, you can buy those from your local Vacmaster dealer, as you can with all of the other accessories. That'll make sure that your 1515 will clean up messes for years to come, and for every mess there's a master, and that's Vacmaster. So this is Renata from White International, just wanting to say thank you for watching our video today, and if you've got any questions, please don't hesitate to contact our local Vacmaster dealer. Hi guys, Renata from White International here today to talk to you about Vacmaster. Today we'll be taking a look at the VMVF1515HJ. It's got an industrial 2-stage 1500 watt motor and a 15 litre tank, which makes it perfect for contractors to have in the back of their van for end of job cleanup. So what I'll do is I'll open the box and we'll have a look at what's inside. Okay, so I've just opened everything up and put it on the table here so that you can see what comes in the box. You've got your 35mm